What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Frankie Candles live stream every single weekday right here at 5:45 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, right after ATB. Shout out to my boy DZ. And guys, real quick, before we start the live stream today, I have something really important to say. Again, before I start the show, just saying, guys. Just saying. Shout out to Crypto Infinity. I'm just kidding, guys. Crypto Infinity, I pinned that comment. It says, Frankie Candles, does Mrs. Candles slap as hard as this beat does? Blink once for no. Blink twice for yes. The Mafia will come help you. Shout out to Crypto Infinity. But yeah, no, I'm definitely totally fine. I'm totally fine over here. Mrs. Candles does not slap me. I'm totally safe, and I love her dearly. I don't get abused. I'm just kidding, guys. What is going on? Thank you all for tuning in. I appreciate every single one of you guys from the bottom of my heart. We got Tony D retracting messages. Shout out to Tony D. But we got an awesome show for you guys tonight. We're going to be taking a look at Bitcoin as absolutely nothing has happened off of the FOMC meeting. Maybe we see some kind of aftermath here, but guys, I think this was officially the most lackluster FOMC meeting we've ever had as for Bitcoin. As soon as I signed off the live stream, I don't know why I keep saying signed off recently. As soon as I got off the live earlier today at 1:15, or I got off later than that. But, as soon as I got off the live stream, we actually did get a nice little dump, but only to eat all that up back down to where we were. And we are just basically continuing completely sideways. It's absolutely brutal. So we're going to break down those key levels of support and resistance for you guys. We're going to talk about kind of where I think Bitcoin is going. And again, not much has changed. So I'm going to do a quick little Bitcoin update. We'll take a look at some of the alts. And I've basically been scream talking for I don't know, basically all day I've been scream talking. So I may, guys, I may do a little bit of a shorter stream, but just pretend I didn't say that, because chances are we probably won't end. We won't end early. But we're going to go ahead and try to do a quicker stream tonight. Shout out to RPM87, said, it's okay, Frankie, my girl beats me too. Honestly, I will say this. Shout out to Mrs. Candles. If Mrs. Candles ever does smack me in the face, it's probably well-deserved. That's one thing that I can't fight. Like Mrs. Candles is my better half. 100%, not debatable. If you guys knew Mrs. Candles, you would know what I mean. She is an absolute saint, and she deals with me having this crazy job that requires about all of my time, and she's an absolute saint about it. So, but guys, before we get into it, don't forget to smash that like button. Every 100 likes you guys get a spin on the Wheel of Pain and Pleasure. Every spin gives you more chances to win some free crypto or maybe a Frankie Candles hat, which we will add to the giveaway if we get 550 likes on tonight's live stream. I think it's been about three or 4 years since we've gotten 550 likes, but if you guys smash that up, I'll add 3 Frankie Candles hats to the giveaway if we get 550, because it's been brutal out there lately. Attention has been low, price action's been boring, and when FOMC can't move Bitcoin, that is not good for the likes, guys. So smash that up. And shout out to Dave Digital, said, open the door, C3 and Creighton. Shout out to Dave Digital. Yo, shout out. Guys, on a real note, let me read this quick. Dave Digital says, open the door. Crimson Caravan Company and Creighton and I are outside. Shout out to Dave Digital, bro. You're the man. You're funny, bro. But real quick, guys, I just want to shout out the Mafia. You guys are seriously the most supportive community that I could ever ask for. You guys know I'm dealing with some stuff over here, and you guys are the best. And it really shows specifically right now. And I really do appreciate every single one of you guys from the bottom of my heart. And I do not just say that. I just keep trying to chug along and come up here and do the TA for you guys, and just get the information that you guys need. I want to keep doing my job. I want to keep educating you guys and helping you guys become profitable traders and crypto investors. So just shout out to the Mafia. You guys are absolutely goated. I know I say this all the time, but I am forever indebted to you guys. You're the absolute best community I could possibly ask for, and you guys are the absolute best. So shout out to you guys. I love you. Thank you so much for being here. But with all that being said, guys, smash that like button. Let's say what's up to the Mafia. Speaking of the best crypto community on YouTube, let's say what's up to the Mafia, and then let's jump right into the price action, which is not saucy at all. Shout out to Savage Trades, says, yo. Shout out to you, bro. I bet you're in some Savage Trades right now. Shout out to you, bro. We got D Petty Crypto, guys. Show some love to our mods in chat. We got D Petty Crypto, Crypto Billy, Tyler Durden, Chemistry Bro, Rob the Crypto Snob, Tony D, Crypto Billy, Crypto A9. You guys know who they are. Captain Kirk, you guys know them. Show them some love in chat. We got Wayne C. chilling. What is going on, bro? Crypto Chef, what is going on? Jay Long, Crypto Jam, what is going on, brother? Thank you for being here. We got Quarter Crawler, good to see you. LFG Lurkers, if you're a lurker, give me a hashtag lurker in the chat. Shout out to Coin Hoover, Crypto Chef, I think we just shouted you out. Zeus Cash, Ziva Crypto Girl, shout out to you. I saw you in there. We got Mark Dutch in the chat. What is going on? Let's see. Tony D says, felt bored, might move the market later. Shout out to Tony D. Please do something, Tony. Grab that whole Frankie Candles account and dump it on in there. Let's get this thing to move a little bit. Shout out to Creighton C. Shout out to Creighton C. Said, look, Mrs. Candles, don't need to throw hands. Just because you would rather hang in Discord and eat Taco Bell than drink wheatgrass and watch my cousin Vinny for the umpteenth time. Shout out to Creighton C, bro. Thank you for the $10 super chat. You're the best, bro. I appreciate you. I know Mrs. Candles does as well. But let's go ahead and continue on, guys, and take a look at this crazy price action that we got going on. Shout out to Mr. Blake says, I follow you, Frankie, not just because you're fun and saucy, but because I can tell you're a legit great person, and I admire you, bro. That's why the Mafia strongly supports you. Mr. Blake, I appreciate that more than you could possibly imagine, bro. I am simply just up here being myself, right? And just understand that no matter what you hear from wherever, I promise nobody knows the full story. Yeah, I'm just up here to do my job and again, provide this information for you guys. But let's go ahead and jump right into the price action. Kush Patel says, give us some sauce. So let's go ahead and open up your to-go containers because here it comes. Let's get into it. So here we are, guys, on the Bitcoin chart. And as you know, nothing happened today, right? I mean, this happened, right? We got a little spill to the downside, ate it all right back up to come chill right in this little sideways range. Let's see. Let's go ahead and take a look here on the higher time frames because, again, guys, nothing has really happened on that FOMC meeting, and here we are, right? Let's go to the weekly time frame. We got the green dot, which could potentially be, bullish in the short term, right? We got that green dot, and remember, our money flow is still in the red here, but this green dot could still give us a significant move to the upside, potentially bringing us, and again, the sentiment has not changed whatsoever. Let me go ahead and just hide this local TA real quick. This green dot on the weekly does have the power to bring us up just a little bit more if it confirms, right? It is not confirmed yet. We got 4 days and 3 hours to confirm this green dot. Who's Cody? You guys are killing me. With this weekly green dot, we could see a significant move up here. You guys know the key levels that we're looking at. For me, if that weekly green dot gives us a big move and we're not going to break these yearly highs at about 31.8, I would expect a significant cool-off to happen between the 786 and golden pocket retracement of this entire move to the downside. That is old news. I'm not going to harp on that. But that level is coming in between 30,180 and 28,600, give or take a few bucks depending on the exchange you're looking at. But this is, we'll look at this level throughout the stream. But again, green dot on the weekly, that could give us a move up. But again, money flow on the weekly, not looking too good. 6-day green dot also printing. This is another thing that is, kind of pointing to a more of a significant retracement, right? Because our general sentiment here has basically been, if we were able to get a bounce off the value area low that we were looking for, which we did get, if we were able to get that, we were looking for this retracement to either bring us up to, realistically, the purple box that we are sitting in right now, right? We were looking at this as a major key level where we are hanging out right now. And then the other retracement levels that we were looking at, let me hide that. So we were either expecting a retracement here, right? A lower high to come in here, potentially at the POC, or potentially to come up and put the macro lower high in again at the top of the range or closer to the top of the range here between that 786 and golden pocket retracement with the value area high right in the middle. So again, we, with the money flow on the lower or on the daily time frames, right? 3-day money flow. Okay, I don't know what just happened there. 3-day money flow is in the red. Our VWAP is starting to roll back over. This would indicate a potential continued downtrend on the macro time frames. And then your 5-day money flow is back in the green, but we are keeping a close eye on this to potentially put in a lower high. And then generally, money flow may just trend out over time. And then the 6-day money flow is popping back up as we are getting this green dot. So honestly, the higher time frames are starting to look a little bit foggy. But, generally, I am still expecting a potential, just continued retracement, waiting for those green dots on the higher time frames to play out and then potentially put in a lower high and potentially come test some of these lower levels down here, which maybe we could take a look at later on in the stream. But let's dig into the local price action here, guys, because, again, nothing has really happened, right? We had FOMC. I am still in my long position, which is still just doing the same. It's still doing well. It's doing the same as it was on the FOMC stream as well as the past couple days. But again, really what we were looking for recently was this 4-hour bearish divergence to potentially give us a cool-off, which it wound up doing. But we are finding support not only on the bottom of this purple box, but also well, if we move this back, it's technically a previous value area high. But if we move this back before we broke, oh, come on. Unextend to the right. There we go. But yeah, you can see that this is a previous value area high of this range before we were able to pop up above it. But we are starting to get some support, right? 4-hour bear div did give you that move, though, right? You got the higher highs, the lower highs, and then we did wind up getting that little move down. So the question is, are we going to get a continued move down, or are we going to bounce up and potentially, come up and attack the liquidity sitting above these highs, and the liquidity sitting above this high as well, before a move down? Now, if you guys watched the FOMC stream from earlier today, you guys will know, right? Like, kind of the plan for me, we were looking at that liquidation heat map. I don't know if I have it pulled up right now, but let's see. Mr. Blake said, I got to ask this in the Discord, but are any of your Mafia members into trading cards as your side gig? That's where most of my trading funds come from. Shout out to Mr. Blake. Tony D, I don't know if I might be chiming in on a conversation, and this is totally out of context, but Tony D is a Pokemon trader, I guess. Yeah, he's done pretty well. But let's see. Yo, you guys are funny. But continuing on here, this is kind of what I'm looking at right now. And let me see if do I have that heat map up still? So let me actually pull this up. Okay, so here we are. So we were looking at this liquidation heat map earlier today, right? And let me pull up the 7-day time frame. And I want to take a we prefer yo, shout out to Tony D, bro. Shout out to Tony D's getting all fancy on me with the Pokemon trading. Lurker alert. Shout out to Quarter Crawler. What's going on, bro? But we were looking at this liquidation heat map, guys, and let me just zoom in on this relevant price action here. You could see, right? We have some liquidity sitting up here between 27.5 and I would say 27.8, right? And 27.5 to 27.8. Where are we? Right here, right? So 27.5 to 27.8 is basically the liquidity sitting right above this high here. However, when you zoom out to a little bit of a higher time frame, at least on the liquidation map, if you go to the 1 month here, zoom out a bit, you could see not only do you have that liquidity sitting here locally between the levels we just looked at, between 27.8 and 27.5, but you also have really the most liquidity, like this is the heavier liquidation area, is sitting up here between 28K and I would say 28.8, right? And this would make a lot of sense because you got to think, right? We talked about this yesterday, so I'm not going to beat this over your heads, but the people short from here and here, there's probably a lot of stop losses and liquidation points below both of these highs, right? So there is an opportunity here to come up and potentially swing fail these levels, close our candle. Let me know in chat if you guys saw my SFP tutorial video on how to use swing failure patterns to add a higher risk to reward ratio slash increase your win rate. If you have not, I highly recommend you guys go check out that video. But as we look here, right, we likely have some liquidity sitting above this high, and we can see that on the liquidation heat map. But this area really does go all the way up to about 28.8K, right? So let me go ahead and grab this, put a level there, and I'll just kind of make this a box, right? So if you were to look at this as a box, I'm not going to keep it on the chart, but you have to imagine that there is probably a lot of liquidity up in these areas, right? That's why I have these two levels as swing failure points, right? Because if we grab our brush, what we would be looking for here is for the market makers to drive price up to stop everybody out or liquidate everybody who is short from these highs, these swing highs, come up, wick them out, stop them out and liquidate them, right? And if we see price push up into these levels and price wicks up and then comes back down and closes below this level here at about $28,136, that is kind of where I am looking for a potential short position locally, right? Because again, we might just come to stop all these people out and then reverse price back down, get accepted back into the local range, and that's where we may be able to get another move down to the bottom of this range to fill these single prints that are just below that range right here. We also likely have a lot of liquidity sitting below this low. I am part of that liquidity. Somewhere my stop loss is somewhere down. Actually, no, my stop loss is at break even. But you have to imagine, right? Everyone long from here probably has their stop losses below. Price might stop all these people out, right? What does the market like to do? The market likes to wreck everybody. It likes to wreck the most people possible. So they might send price up, liquidate the shorts, come back down, reverse price, come down here, liquidate the longs, and if we are going to see that weekly green dot play out and give us a significant retracement up to these higher prices, potentially getting up to that 29K level, that might kind of be what we see. And it's very hard to kind of call right now, just because like FOMC was likely, I mean, I thought we were going to see this earlier today. I thought we were either going to sweep these highs or come and sweep the lows first. Hard to tell what you're going to sweep first. But, oftentimes that's what we see, right? Typically on FOMC days, when you're looking at liquidity like that, you can kind of see like, well, hey, the market makers might push us up, sweep that liquidity, wreck the shorts, wreck the longs, and then send price in the direction that they want. But FOMC did literally nothing. Now, if we're just looking at Market Cipher B, you can see here, money flow on the 2 hours generally flat, but our VWAP is coming up. That could potentially give us that push up. Now, our three-hour VWAP is coming up as well, and then the 4-hour VWAP is starting to curve up. So if we are going to get a push up and get an attempt to come up and hit these levels, I think that 4-hour green dot would be a good thing to keep an eye on. And that's kind of what I'm watching. You get that, maybe that 4-hour green dot a little bit later tonight. I will be watching price to potentially, if we do get that random scam pump when Asia wakes up, I will be looking for short positions up at these levels, right? And again, it's very hard to tell whether we're going to come down to the lows first or sweep the highs first. And the reason I would say we could sweep the highs first is simply just because we're a little bit closer to it. And there is a significant amount of liquidations up there. So take that for what it's worth. Now, if I'm going to pull up that heat map one more time here, and I want to zoom out to the 3-month. And we did this again earlier today. Really, we need Bitcoin to move, guys, because I am running out of content here. Hey, Miss Teen Crypto in the chat. What is going on, Miss Teen Crypto? Thank you for tuning in. I appreciate you for being here. Say what's up to MTC. What's going on, my paisan? What's going on? Hey, listen. Eat a bagel for me, all right? Please eat a bagel for me. The food down here, MTC, the food down here is eh. It's eh. There's no good sauce. There's no good bagels. There's no good pizza. There's actually decent pizza. It's not good, but it's okay. It's acceptable for once in a while. But please, for the love of God, eat a bagel for your brother. Shout out to MTC. Yeah, guys, continuing on here, looking at the liquidation heat map, here's the thing. Really, when you're zoomed out on a higher time frame, where are the more significant levels? I would say they are down here, getting closer to about 23,400. I would even argue starting at about, between about 24.6 all the way down to about 23K. So what did I just say? 24.6 to 23K. Right? So let's zoom out and see if we have any confluence with these levels. Are these significant levels of horizontal support and resistance? So 23K, let's go ahead and pull up our lower range here, right? So 23K, let's see. 23K falls, pretty close to this POC. Let me collapse this real quick. Right here, right? This POC sitting right here at almost 23K. This would be a significant level to come test. And now that we know that we have a lot of liquidity starting there, a lot of liquidations and stop losses that may be sitting at that level, it may be a significant place to be looking for a reaction, right? And we pull up the heat map again. 23K, 23K all the way up to 24.6. So let's check out 24.6. And where is 24.6? Interestingly enough, it's just before our next key level of support. So Little more confluence on the POC than this golden pocket. But again, it's all of this down here, right? So you have to imagine that there is still probably people long from down here. You may have had degens that were in low leverage long positions, right? Keyword low leverage, because if they weren't low leverage, if they were high leverage long positions, they likely would have gotten liquidated on this wick. That's probably why that wick wound up coming all the way down here, right? Because if you're looking at this as a trader, right, you're looking for a long position. If you had a high leverage long position here, your forget a stop loss. Your liquidation point is so close to you that that's basically your stop loss. And then all those longs from down here probably got stopped out and liquidated, causing this panic wick. Now, why does it cause this panic wick? I want to try to explain something to you guys. Why does it cause this panic wick when people get stopped out? Because when you are in a long position, if you have a stop loss set, that on a long position, you're betting that the price is going up, but your stop loss is actually a market sell order. So as soon as price hits that stop loss order, and you have to imagine there's, tons of people, there's a whole lot of people that are likely long long from this level, right? So you have a whole lot of stop losses down here. And once price breaks those stop losses, right, they hit the first stop loss, essentially it's probably the first 500 stop losses or whatever. That causes market sells. That pushes price lower. Now you're hitting more people's stop losses, creates market sells. That pushes more selling pressure on the market. So it causes a cascade of stop losses and liquidations, which is why you get those panic wicks all the way down like that. So we have to imagine that if we get a push down here, this is likely, now that we know that there's a lot of liquidation points down here, and again, those liquidation points, if I pull this back up, down here, right, closer to about, 23.6, 23.4, right? Let's see, 23.6, right? So 23.6, 23.4. Now you're starting to hit the stop losses of people who are long from this wick, right? So if price comes down, what is going to happen? What is going to happen to these people who are long from this wick, right? Their stop losses and their liquidation points are somewhere below this wick. So if price winds up coming back down, a little bing bong, right? You lose this level, you come down, and then as soon as you break below this level, you're likely going to get a quick move to the POC based off of the stop losses and liquidations getting hit below this wick, right? And that's going to push price potentially to that 22.8 level, right? Or 23K level. Let's see. Shout out to Creighton C says, Randy, you're single because you dump people. If you're nice to your sister and then Bogart the raisins. I don't even know what that means. Shout out to Creighton C. Shout out to Randy. Let's go. Shout out to Miss Team Crypto. But that's what we're basically looking at, right? So this is kind of, if we do wind up, let's say we get a sweep of the lows and then a massive dump here, right? I am still going to be looking, holding my long, right? Looking for a potential bounce here. But if we lose this level and price starts pushing down, that's where we may be going towards that POC, getting closer to 23K. So those are the key levels to the downside and the upside, guys. But again, this is basically all repeated from the past streams because price has not done anything. I did get stopped out of my maker short on live stream today. But I am still in my Bitcoin long, and I am still in my Bitcoin short. So yeah, the long is up 141%, and the short is up about 10%. So just going to be holding those. I will tell you this, I would prefer a sweep of these highs. I would rather get stopped out of my short right now at a very small loss to cake out a little bit more on the long position and then look for a fresh entry into the short to get a nicer entry into the short before a bigger move down. So there you go, guys. Again, based off of Market Cypher, with the VWAPs coming up on these lower time frames, you're getting a green trigger wave on your 1 hour right now. It just got swallowed up live. Look at that. We have that green. Oh my God. We have that green dot. We have that green dot printing with a nice little trigger wave, and it just got swallowed up. Money flow coming out on your 1 hour, 12-hour red dot, 16-hour red dot. This is hard, guys. Maybe we go for the lows first. Because right now, looking at Market Cypher, especially when your money flow is curving out this aggressively, oh, God, this is hard to call, guys. I will say this. It's kind of a gamble right now. I will say this. If we get a move up, I think it's likely to sweep these highs. If we hold that level as support and continue up, obviously that's invalidated. But just simply put, I think we either come up, sweep these highs, and then get a move down to come sweep or fill these single prints below the range, or we just get a move down from here to fill those single prints, and then we get the move up. If this scenario happens, there may be, in my opinion, a little less of a possibility of swing failing this and more of a possibility to potentially come up and test those 29K levels. But yeah, likely that's kind of the two scenarios, right? Typical scenario of could go up, could go down. And again, I'm in a long and a short, so I don't really care which way it goes. But I'm glad I'm in both of those trades because it's very hard to read right now. Show ETH. Shout out to, I don't know how to say that name. Mweeds? Shout out to you, bro. He says show ETH. We'll show ETH in just a second. But yeah, 1 hour red dot is gone now, right? So now it's back. So yeah, money flow coming out, 12 and 16 hour red dots. And again, here's the thing. VWAP coming down on the daily. The question is, yeah, very hard to say. This VWAP on the 2 hour, kind of mixed signals, honestly. I didn't realize it was that confusing out there until just now. But that's kind of what I'm looking at. Really, that money flow coming out on the 1 hour with the 12 and 16 hour red dot could be a signal that we are going to get a move down, right? But money flow crossover into the green on the 16 and 12 hour would indicate that if we do get a move down, we would be looking for a potential higher low, even if it brings us down to the range lows. Even if that brings us down, let me hide this. Even if it brings us down to these range lows, these boxes are really where I am looking for the bounce. Even if we come down to that range low, we could still put in a higher low and continue up. And the 16-hour money flow would represent that, even if this red dot confirms and we wind up getting a move down. So there you go, guys. Pretty boring stuff. Let's see. I'd rather have cranberries or dried blueberries anyway. I don't know what I just walked in on. Let's see. Let's see. Oh, there's a teenager here. I will watch my language. Oh, no way. Shout out to our young CandleMafia members. Let's go. We support that. We support those young CandleMafia members learning about the financial markets before the ripe age of 20? When do you stop being a teenager? I guess at 20, right? All right, let's go ahead and continue on. Gots to go up to get down. Shout out to B. Griffin. I would agree with that. Have I had the POC move on me while I'm in the middle of a trade? Yes, very often I have that happen. The POC will move as price action develops. Always remember that. I mean, I could just show you that really quickly on bar replay mode here. If we just play this live, I'll put a horizontal line on the POC, and you will see that it gradually moves as price action develops. Okay, I didn't want to break anything. That's tweaking out. Okay, everybody calm down. Everybody calm down. It's okay. Okay. All right, now chat's going nuts. Frozen in time. I think we're good. I think I just freaked everything out with bar replay mode. I'm sorry, computer. I won't do that again. I apologize. Anyway, taking a look at Ethereum or Erythrium, as your grandmother might call it. Also, guys, don't forget today's energy is brought to you by Broke It. Okay, hopefully this comes back now. Yeah, I don't know. I barely have anything running. I don't know what's going on here. Gotta get rid of this liquidation heat map. Is that the problem? You're back. Okay, we're back. We have 135 people in here. Hopefully, I'm gonna continue on here, guys. I will check back in 5 minutes if we're still getting wrecked. Well, we might have to cut the stream. I don't know what is going on. FOMC called their buddies at the Fed and hacked the stream. Yeah, that's probably what's going on. Shout out to T Petty. Let's see. Okay, continuing on here. Taking a look at ETH, right? Let's see what's going on. Money flow is coming up on your 16-hour, very similar to Bitcoin. Same thing on your 12-hour. You do have that money flow coming up. As you can see, it looks like you may reject there just a little bit. Taking a look at the daily. Miss Team Crypto said, "Who's Cody?" Shout out to Miss Team Crypto. Cody is probably the one hacking the stream right now, if I had to guess. Darren Does Things says, blah! Let's go. Short Frankie's internet provider. Yeah, I don't know what's going on. Hang on. Hang on 1 second. Yeah, I don't know, guys. I'm going to continue on. Like I said, I will be doing TA here, whether we have 7,000 people in the stream or 31 people in the stream, which is what's going on right now. But let's see if we can, let me see if I can fix this. Give me 1 sec. Okay, I'm gonna see if that helps the situation. But I'm just gonna continue on here on Ethereum, guys. Obviously we are just stuck within this volume profile, right? And it's not in my best interest to make it that simple, but that is kind of how simple it is, right? At least for the time being. Because we rejected this value area high. It's the same thing we've been talking about for days. We rejected the value area high, got to move down below the POC, and now we're stuck below this POC. So if we come to a lower time frame, if we cannot get back above this point of control, I would expect a potential dip back down to much lower prices, right? And first off, with money flow coming up on the 12 and the 16 hour, really, we could look for higher lows within this blue box, which is coming in between, let's say, $1,616 and $1,600 even. So I would look for a potential push down into this blue box, maybe put in a higher low before continuing up. And if we get a break below that level, the next level I would be looking at is the second blue box, sitting between 1585 and 1578, where we have our golden pocket retracement of this entire move to the upside. And let me just make sure that is correct. I don't want to give you guys wrong information here. Yeah, the entire move from the swing low to the swing high. This is the golden pocket retracement. So if we wind up continuing down, I will look for a bounce on this golden pocket or this 786 at 1560. Very, very similar to Bitcoin, right? If we get a move down back to the bottom of the range, like we are simply at the value area high. Or we're simply within this value area on ETH, just like we are in this value area for Bitcoin, which I'm going to have to turn on the actual TA for. Let's go local, where we are basically within this value area on Bitcoin, right? So on Ethereum, if we can't get back above this value area high or this POC, we could potentially expect further moves down. Again, these are the levels I would be looking for bounces at, with your last resort being here at the value area low at 1550. Now, if we break 1550, there's a very, very interesting level on Ethereum that I am looking at, and it is going to be, let me go ahead and get my selector here, put on that golden pocket, come up to the 12 and the 16 hour. And when you pull this from the high, from this swing low to the swing high, you can see we have a golden pocket that comes in right here between 1481 and 1447. Why is that an interesting level? Well, if I go ahead and pull back up the heat map, bear with me while I pull that back up. All right, we're back up to 300. That was guys, you should see the graph on this YouTube studio. It's just like a parabolic bull run and then an absolute nuke to the floor. And now we're getting. It looks like we're gonna come up and test some lower highs. But let's see. Quality is fine now. Just reset your stream. Okay, yeah. So it should be good. I don't know what was going on there. Very interesting. It's better now. Yeah, P. Griffin said SFP incoming. Potentially. But why is this golden pocket interesting? Between 1481 and 1447. Well, if we pull up that liquidation heat map, Tony D said Micro Center when. I mean, honestly, bro, we should just cancel the stream right now and go to Micro Center right now. But let's see. Just 100x on the stream. Let's go. Shout out to Savage Trades. Seems to be working, but my internet is also messing up. Yeah, is today a bad day for the internet, maybe? I don't know. But let's continue on here and take a look. Let me go hide this. Let's go to the heat map. Okay. And let's drag this on over here, right? So I'm going to go to Ethereum, or Erythrium as your grandmother might call it, right? Go to ETH. I'm going to go to the 3-month chart, and we're going to run it. Let's see. Frankie, I'm watching on my iPad and iPhone. Let's go. Shout out to The Godfather. That's 2 likes from The Godfather. Show The Godfather some love and respect in the chat. You do not want to disrespect this man. You guys know what happens when you disrespect The Godfather. Not good. Not good. Shout out to The Godfather. But here we are, right? Now, again, what is that golden pocket level? Right here between 1481 and 1447. Now, when we look at this liquidation map, what are we looking for? We're looking for those bright yellow lines letting us know that there's a lot of liquidation sitting down there. And to be honest, the hottest spot, right, the hot spot is sitting right here at about 1476, right? And this little chunk of liquidations is between 1524 and I would say, 1450, right? 1450, 1481. 1450. 1512, 15, right? So pretty close, right? We got 1481, 1457. We know we have those liquidation points down there. So if we break this value area low, where I would look for ETH to go would be down to that golden pocket potentially to test that local golden pocket before potentially continuing back up. Very, very hard to call here right now, guys. But let's see. Bro, that's a good Chemistry Bro said that's a good idea. Micro Center vlog. Shout out to Chemistry Bro. Yeah, we might have to do it. It'll probably wind up ending with me and Tony D getting kicked out of Micro Center. Me and Tony are menaces in public. I'm not going to lie. I'm not going to lie, guys. We're respectful. Don't get me wrong. We're respectful. Not like out there doing pranks. But, yeah, I don't know. Like, me and Tony are pretty I don't know. I guess I think we're hilarious. Everyone else probably hates us. But no, I'm just kidding. We always make friends when we go out in public. It's pretty funny. Before you, Tony D especially is like one of those guys that like you go out to dinner with him and you know, like he's always like making jokes that are like a little bit edgy and you're like, are you sure you should be joking like that with a stranger? But every single time by the end of the interaction, he's like buddy with whoever he's making the jokes to. So Tony D is indeed a people's person. But let's see, we mad funny, bro. Shout out to Tony D. Oh God. Yeah, I would agree with that, Tony D. I would actually go ahead and say we're probably, you know, some of the funniest people alive. But anyway, let's go ahead and continue on. That's kind of what I would be looking for. And again, I let me just go ahead and hide all this TA on ETH, guys, because I want to simplify this, right? So let me pull this range again. Right here. This is kind of where we are getting those levels from, right? That's that POC value area high. You can see we're below that POC currently. But again, let me pull this fib from this low to the swing high. And again, it is coming in between 1481 and 1446, right? And we know we have that hot spot on the liquidation heat map. May make sense to kind of bing bong, tap it before continuing back up. Could be something to watch. But I'm just going to undo that because those are the key levels. So those are the levels I'm watching on ETH and kind of what I would expect here coming up in the near future. Yeah, Tony D said, remember Topgolf last week? Yes. Me and Tony were at Topgolf with Mrs. Candles. We just kind of went out for a little Frankie Candles outing. Mrs. Candles is part of the Frankie Candles company. But yeah, we were like, I was throwing golf balls to Tony D, and he was trying to hit them in midair, and like, it was hilarious. But yeah, let's go ahead and continue on. Bring it, Frankie. Big ups. Shout out to B. Griffin. So that's what I'm looking at on ETH, guys. We lose this value area low. I would keep a keen eye on this golden pocket, knowing that we have those liquidations down there before a potential reversal in the market. And then the higher time frames, kind of the same thing. Looking for the green dot on the 6-day, looking for the green dot on the weekly as well. And that is Ethereum, or Ethereum as your grandmother might call it. All right, let's go ahead and continue on. I like the bull. I'm Taurus. Me too, Savage Trades. Me too. I actually looked into numerology last night, just randomly laying in bed on my phone. I saw like a TikTok about numerology, and I looked it up. That stuff is kind of weird, to be honest. Eerily accurate. And I know a lot of those things are probably like, you know, they just say general stuff that most people would probably agree with. Like, oh, that's me. I'm adaptable. Like, and everyone's going to kind of be like, oh, that's dead on. I'm very adaptable. I remember being adaptable once. But I'm not going to lie, guys. Numerology is kind of weird. Like life paths and stuff, life path numbers. I don't know anything about it. I just looked at it for the first time yesterday. Very interesting. When I looked at my life path number, it was very accurate to what has happened in my life and what I attract in my life. It's very strange, very strange. But anyway, let's continue on here, guys. Let's take a look at the altcoins. If you want me to take a look at your altcoin, go ahead and spam them in chat right now. Rob the Crypto Snob will add up the votes and let us know which altcoins we're looking at tonight. Rob or Tony, whoever's doing the alts tonight, let's do like 2 alts. I'm going to take a look at XRP right now because we are getting a little move on XRP. And then, yeah, we can take a look at Caspa. And then let's just do like 2 more alts. Yeah, we'll do 2 requests on the alts. Let's see, 2025, 30K. Please do not low blow ETH. Shout out to Crypto 101. Let's go. All right, let's continue on. Hey, shout out to Blanchard's Bees in the house. What is going on? Thank you for being here. Good to see you in here. Deep Betty's quick, bro. Let's get it. All right. Taking a look here. Let's go ahead and take a look at XRP. And we are, indeed, getting a little bit of a bounce ski on XRP. Now, as you guys know, we were talking about XRP the past couple days, saying it's boring. And it's still boring. It's still, I know we got to move up, but like we're just still here, right? We're just still here. Very, very, very boring, lackluster, to say the least. Yeah, there's a lot of weird stuff out there, Frankie. Yeah, I know. I'm usually pretty I don't really like pay attention to much of that stuff. But I'm not gonna lie, like I just Googled it randomly and it was very interesting. Like, let me see what my life path number is and see what kind of, this shenanigans. Let's see if this is accurate. And I'm not gonna lie, like it's kind of hard to impress me with that kind of stuff. And I was looking at my phone, my jaw dropped. Yeah, I saw some video of a guy saying that people born on the 27th, generally, like this is the weird thing. He said the people born on the 27th, I forget what he said in the beginning, and I was like, dang, that's like really accurate. And then he said also a weird kind of caveat to people born on the 27th is they tend to do well in crypto. And I was like, dude, what? Like, how does that even like what? That's weird. That's really, really, really weird. It's like they knew that I was in crypto. Very strange. That was kind of what had my jaw dropped. But let's see. Okay, okay, let's continue on. So yeah, we have gotten a little bit of a move up here on XRP, but again, we were actually looking at this, right? Like you can see the line still drawn, right? Bullish divergence into the golden pocket was your signal for a potential move up, right? Bounced off the POC, and now we are back above the POC, which does put you at a potential. Gives you a potential opportunity to maybe not visit the value area low, because as you know, once you reject that value area high and you can't get back above it, you look to lose the POC and then get a move down to the value area low, eventually, potentially, right? Not 100%. And just because we're above the POC doesn't guarantee that we're not going to go to the value area low. But the fact that we are above it gives you an opportunity to hold it as support and to potentially come up and attack these higher prices. And money flow is coming up on the daily slightly. Your 16-hour money flow has crossed over into the green. This is a little bit, somewhat of a good sign here. VWAP rolling back over, so maybe we cool off a little bit, but I would look for that to be a higher low before continuing up based off money flow on the 12 and the 16-hour. But just perfectly played out here, right? Bull div into a key level of support. Remember we talked about this yesterday. Very, very rarely does this not give you a move. More often than not, it gives you some kind of a move. And I know this doesn't look huge, but it's a 14% move. You come onto the 4-hour and zoom in a little bit, like that's a pretty significant move. So, if you could find those daily bull divs, very rarely, I say this to beginners, it's a little easier to start trading on a higher time frame. And, it doesn't happen very quickly. But you add the higher lows on your momentum waves here with your lower lows on your price action. A little bada boom, bada bing, right? And then boom, that's your reversal signal. And guys, I'm a big divergence trader, right? It's a big part of my analysis. I don't just long and short random bull divs and bear divs, but this is like one of the most reliable trade signals signals in general that you can get on the chart, especially when it happens on something like the daily. Like very, very, very rarely are you going to get a daily bull div to not play out. Like even this tiny little bull div on the daily, slightly lower lows, slightly higher highs. What happens? Boom. Right? And even if you didn't get this Lambo candle, right? And this is why I love this. Show me the charts. I'll tell you the news. Every single dang time. Because if I were trading XRP here, what I would be looking for is this bull div, right? And as soon as I see this bull div wind up confirming, which actually wound up happening right here, but once I see this bull div confirm, I'm looking for a long position. And for this position specifically, let me just hide this real quick. This position specifically, let me circle this, and we're going to go down to a lower time frame because look at this. Right here, you confirm the daily bull div on this vertical line, right? So let's go down to something like, let's go to the 1 hour, right? We'll zoom out. We'll find that vertical line. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Here it is, right? So here's that vertical line. Now, is there a potential, once that bull div confirms, right? Which, actually, let me put this on the confirmation, right? Because I don't really enter until it's confirmed. Where are we? We just got lost. Okay, so here we are, right? Right here. Where is it? Right here. Okay. So right here, you get the confirmed bull div. Now, not only are you confirming a bull div, you're also confirming the daily bull div into a value area low. This is literally where I would be looking for a trade, right? Now, once you confirm that bull div, this is where you go down to the lower time frames. And although that confirmed, let me move this line to where it confirmed. Let's move it one candle over. So it confirmed right here. And you can see we actually got a little bit of a move down. Now, what I would be doing is if you come down, let's say you come down to the 4 hour, right? Confirms over here. We get that move down. Now, what we look for here, let me clear this up. What we would look for here is a golden pocket retest. I don't know if we got it. I didn't trade this. But you would pull from your swing low all the way up to your swing high. And at that point, you have the daily bull div confirmed, right? daily bull div is confirmed at this point, so I know that it's likely that we are going to continue up. But you don't want to enter on this green candle, right? You want to wait for the retracement. So you come down to the lower time frame, wait for the retracement, and look at that. You have your golden pocket, value area low, confluence right here, and then that would be your opportunity to go down to an even lower time frame and find an entry. Let me see. If this works out, guys, I just gave it all away for free. Not all of it, but this is not a lot of people giving this information just out there for free. I'm sure there's a lot of people probably mad at me that I talk about a lot of this stuff, but whatever. Anyway, let's see here. Nothing's really secret, right? Like, there's so much free information on the internet. Like, someone's gonna find this, But anyway, continuing on here, like, this is where you would look for your entry signal, right? On the golden pocket retest. On the golden pocket retest right here. Zoom in. Do you have an entry signal? Let's see. Well, look at that. You got a lower low into your golden pocket, which is your key level of support. Your higher low on your momentum waves, money flow coming up. If you had a 4-hour green dot, within this area, that was a no-brainer trade. Let's see. 4-hour green dot prints right there, right? Boom. That is your entry. I know that was kind of sloppy and messy because I have a lot of lines on this chart, but that's real quick, guys. Like, I would highly recommend you guys just rewind that and watch that a few times. If you're new to trading, just rewind that, rewatch that a few times until you get it. You want to the daily bull div was your signal that, hey, you could be getting a big move up here, right? So price is likely to give you some significant move up. I wouldn't expect that, but you would expect some significant move up. Then you go down to the lower time frame, look for the golden pocket retest, and then as you test that golden pocket, you go down to an even lower time frame to snipe your entry. And that entry, if you entered on that 15-minute, like, you're getting a perfect entry on that golden pocket. And then boom, that would have been a massive, massive gain. Now, you don't always get those Lambo candles, but just still the theory remains exactly the same. So there you guys go. Now, where is XRP going in the short term? Simply put, guys, same sentiment here. Daily bull div confirmed. That's likely going to continue us to the upside. Now, again, that 16-hour red dot coming very, very soon could give you a retracement. If we do get a retracement, simply put, I'd be watching your golden pocket retracement levels, right? Looking for that 618, 786, right? Golden pocket 786. Boom. If we do come down, potentially could come and test maybe that golden pocket or 786 before continuing up. And then you could even watch the more local retracement, which would be pretty close to price right now, sitting at about, let's see here, 50 cents. It's fractional here, 0.5020, right? So those are kind of the two levels that I would look for. Just the simple golden pocket retracements of the impulse to the upside. Because, again, 12-hour, 16-hour red dot may push you down first. But, again, that daily bull div with money flow coming up on the 12 and the 16-hour could give you that continued move up. But I'm not expecting anything explosive out of XRP until we get out of this value area high, right? Or below this value area low. But until then, I would look for a retrace, potential bounce back up, and then maybe we can start testing that value area high, but we still need to flip it to support before continuing back up, where your next level of significant resistance would be sitting at about 62 cents. All right, so there you guys go. Let's see. Let's go to $5. Shout out to Crypto 101. I hope so. Yeah, guys, don't forget to smash that like button. 550 likes on today's stream. I will be adding 3 Frankie Candles hats, not memberships. Frank Candles hats, 2-hour giveaway on Friday. And I know there's not even enough people in there to get to that goal, but there was originally. So hopefully we can get that, hit that goal. I know on my TikTok they say XRP to $100. Wayne C, you're on the tame part of TikTok. My TikTok's telling me 10 grand, which is obviously completely unrealistic. And I'm sorry. I know there's a lot of people out there that would debate me on that, and I would be totally willing to listen to what they're saying. But I kind of know the argument of why it could go to 10K. But here's the thing. In the next bull run, that's like almost certainly not going to happen, right? I'm not going to give you the 100% guaranteed answer because anything can happen, right? No one would have guessed March of 2020 was going to happen, right? So anything can happen. But, going to 10K for XRP, is very, almost impossible. Almost. Based off market cap, it makes absolutely no sense. You would need all of the money in the world of all economies of every single country in XRP, and you would still be nowhere near $10,000. It makes absolutely zero sense. But yeah, I don't know. Who knows? But let's go ahead and continue on here. We got ICP, CAS, and Solana. ICP, here we go. We looked at ICP. I'm going to skip ICP. We looked at ICP yesterday. We also looked at ICP earlier today. So I'm not going to look at this. So we're just going to move on to CAS. Let's see. Let's see. Maybe we'll go back to ICP later, but we just looked at it like yesterday and last night. Like they were like less than 12 hours apart. But let's see. You're the man, Frankie. Shout out to P-Rad Crypto. What is going on? But yeah, we could maybe take a look at ICP after we're done with these alts. But I feel like it's beating a dead horse. All right, let's continue on. Yes, okay, there we go. What we're looking for, 12-hour bear div now printing on Caspa. So obviously we did crack that previous all-time high, I believe. Yeah, cracked the previous all-time high here at about 5 cents, right? And, we were talking about, we were starting to get some signals up here that we may be able to cool off, such as this 4-hour bearish divergence. Last night we were looking at this, but I was actually saying to maybe hang on, right? Because not only do we have the 4-hour bear div. When was this? Let me see. Yesterday was the 19th at 8 p.m. Yeah, we were sitting right up here, 4-hour bear div, but being very careful, right? Because yesterday we actually did have the fresh green dot on the daily, right? So we could have pushed up a little higher. With these altcoins, when you get a big move, to the upside like this on the altcoins, you want to be very careful shorting these things, right? Because a lot of times, especially if you break the all-time high and you're in price discovery, price will just fly, right? You get FOMO buyers, and there's just no prior resistance. So you're just kind of in price discovery. But we had that 4-hour bear div actually did wind up kind of playing out here, right? Brought you down about 7%. And again, it's just like, I mean, the divergences are out of control, right? Like very, very rarely do they give you no move at all. Oftentimes they will give you something. But here's the thing, right? I was saying to kind of avoid a potential false signal on that 4-hour bear div, if you wanted to be a little safer, you could keep an eye on the 12-hour bear div and the 16-hour bear div, because you would likely avoid a scam pump to the upside, right? So if you put in that 4-hour bear div right here, if we were going to yeet back up for some reason, just being in price discovery, FOMO buyers, etc., basically by looking at the higher time frames like the 12 and the 16-hour, you could kind of avoid some of that noise and get a little bit more of a confident entry. Now, again, would I be entering in on this purple candle? Probably not, right? Because this might look like, oh my God, look, the bearish divergence is printing, which it totally is. You have your lower highs on your momentum waves, higher highs on price action. But here's the thing. Is it likely to get a bounce in the short term is the question, right? Because a lot of people would enter here and then they wake up tomorrow and they're getting a retracement and they're like, oh my God, why am I in the red already? I thought this was going to go down. It's not that easy, right? You have the 16-hour bear dip, which is your bearish bias, right? Now this would obviously be a little bit more, money flow kind of coming out on the 16-hour as well. 12 hours starting to roll over. Kind of hard to say. You got to look at the lower time frame money flow. Yeah, 4-hour money flow, 2-hour money flow continuing out here. Your 1-hour money flow is crossing over into the red. But the 16 and 12-hour bear div may be your signal that you're looking for shorts, right? I don't short this directly, right? I don't trade the 16-hour, but this is my bias saying, hey, price may continue down here. But price doesn't just dump to zero like this, right? Not a lot. It does sometimes. But oftentimes, you'll get some kind of a bounce, a lower high, and then you will continue to downtrend, right? So what I like to do is come down to the 4-hour. Because what's the 4-hour looking like, right? Why would I enter a short here if the 4-hour looks like it's rolling back up? Right? Now, it doesn't mean that this thing's just going to go to 100K. I just say 100K because of Bitcoin. But once this VWAP comes up and crosses the zero line, you're likely going to get some kind of a retracement. So this might not be the ideal entry into a short, right? And you come down to the 2-hour, right? 2 hours getting even closer to the zero line. Now, obviously, it's not possible to dump from here. But the point I'm getting across here is, don't just FOMO into trades, right? You got a green dot here on the 45-minute. That could give you a retracement. So what I would be looking for really here is I would pull my fib from the high to the low, and I would simply just look, at your retracement levels, right? We know that price is likely going to put in a lower high at this golden pocket or even potentially the 786, right? And you could try to pull a range here. This is a little bit of a wonked out range. But this is kind of what I would look for, right? Because you have the golden pocket, POC, value area low right here. I'll turn it purple for resistance. Come on. There we go. There you go, right? So we may come up to test those levels, right? If we break back over the POC, over the golden pocket, look at the confluence of that 786 on the value area high. So these are some levels that if I were to short Caspa, I would wait for a retracement. Now, are we guaranteed to come all the way back up there? No. So what I do to avoid a potentially missing out on the opportunity would be to pull more of a local fib, right? And you could pull it from this high to the low, which you can see we may go up into that retracement level as well. And if you pull it to the most recent impulse to the downside, to the low, you can see we already rejected the golden pocket, but we may come up and shoot for that 786. So that's kind of what I would be looking for on Caspa. I would just wait for a potential push up based off of this, I mean, not the 15-minute green dot, but, 2 hour looking to print that green dot. 1 hour is kind of wonked out here, looking to flop back over into the red. But again, you do have this bullish hammer on the 1 hour. Oh, there it goes, pops up. Bada boom. So this could change, right? But with that 1 hour money flow coming out, with a 16-hour, not only a 16-hour red dot, but also a bear div, it is likely that you may be able to continue down here, but I would just not FOMO in, right? You don't want to get a bad entry. I would wait for a potential retracement into one of these levels before rolling back over. So there you go. Let's see. Yeah, Crypto 101 said, can we scale in some shorts? Yeah, you could scale in for sure. Actually, more recently, one of the shorts that we took in the premium Discord, I actually did scale in. I believe it was a ton coin short. I could try to find it for you guys. It's going to be really hard for me to spot what we were looking at. I think it was probably up here. Yeah, I think it was up in this area. Maybe. I don't want to look at something that is just not simply there. I believe it was somewhere up in here, though. But anyway, yeah, you could scale in, right? So, like, if you have likely places, now here's the thing. You're not getting all the confirmations, right? It's not like, the VWAP on the daily is coming back out, money flow generally flowing down. Interestingly enough, let's see, 3-day rolling over, 2-day looking for a red dot, 8-hour bear div. Yeah, I would potentially just wait for a small retracement. If you're lucky enough to get a retracement, you could potentially, right, like what I would do here, I'm not looking to trade this right now, but if I were, what you could look for, a lower time frame is if you're looking for the short, right, let's say you push up into this area, you could add, you could put maybe 50% of the original position you would actually want, right, and there you go. Is that 1 hour VWAP popping back up? Not yet. But really, if you come up to the first purple box, you can start to enter, right, into a short. Maybe put a half a position in, right? That way, if you come up and you nuke from the first level, sure, you're in a short. It's not the biggest position, right? But you get some kind of gain out of it, right? But if you wind up coming up here, right, you enter your short, and then you wind up pushing through the level, you could simply just add the other 50% of your position at the second level that you're looking at, right? So that would be right here for me, at least, right? So if you wind up coming up, 50% of your position comes in here. If it plays out, great. It's a small position, but it's still a winning trade. And if he pushes up again, you can simply add more to the position right here, and then hopefully it plays out. And if it doesn't, you'll get stopped out at a small loss, right? So you can scale in. That's a great way to do it as well. All right, let's see. Oh, shout out to Jessica. Said I was banned. Jessica, how come you keep getting banned? How do you get banned? Are you getting banned by YouTube? What is going on? You can scale in shorts. It's not adding much to the total weight. Shout out to Rob, the crypto snob. Let's see. You're not John Cena. We can see you, Jess. Shout out to CandleMafia. Let's get it. All right. Let's continue. Shout out to Jessica, our female CandleMafia representative. But let's go ahead and continue on here. So there's Caspa. Shout out to anybody holding Caspa. Actually, can I do it? Let me see. Let me pull up my face cam real quick. I've already showed it a bunch of times. If you guys don't know, if you get into the dining room, our little like freemium section of the Discord, we actually pulled up Caspa before it started ripping. I think we were looking at it. It was low, right? We were probably, it was right before it went like parabolic. Let's see, 23, July. This is, hang on one second. Let me see the MEXC chart. There we go. Okay. Yeah, I think it was in February was when we were looking at it. Let's see, February 2023. Yeah. God, man. God. Should have bought more Caspa. Should have bought more dang Caspa. Unbelievable. But anyway, let's continue on there. Let's see. Yeah, I had a feeling that was coming. Not even a nibble. I don't even know what's going on in chat right now. But let's go ahead and take a look at Solana, or Solanzo, as your boy James Kramer would call it. Let's go ahead and take a look here. And here we are. Okay. Interesting. Okay, here we are. All right. So I believe that was, let me see something here. Okay. So let's see here. I don't remember the last time. This was way back. I don't remember the last time we looked at the Solana chart. But here we are, just reclaiming every single level. I love it. But here we are, right? We put in this 4-hour bear div. I think it was a cleaner 2-hour bear div. Yeah, this is what we were actually looking at, was the 2-hour bear div, right? Confirmation of the snake eyes. Shout out to Dave Digital. Said, Frankie, I think we have our first love connection. Please elaborate, Dave. Please elaborate. Like, me and you have our first love connection? You have your first love connection? The Mafia has its first love connection? Let me know. Let me know, Dave. I'm curious. Solana is the new king. Yeah, apparently, according to this. Look at me. Solana is the captain now. All right, let's see. I love Bitcoin. Yeah, me too, Randy. Me too. That's my love. Me and the like button. Let's go. That's right. Let's get it. Frankie and Mrs. Candles. Yeah, Jessica and Cody. I don't know what's going. Oh, Jessica and Cody. Is that the new love connection? Dave, let me know. Let me know, bro. I almost want to wait till you answer before I continue. Okay, I'll come back. Dave and Creighton. Now that would make some cute. Ugly puppies. Okay, let's continue on here. So here we are, right? You got the 2-hour bull div with money flow coming up. I mean, it was coming up at first, and then it came back out and came back up. But you got your bull div, right, as you deviate below the value area. And here's the thing, guys. Shout out to the volume profiles, because these purple levels, right? Now, yeah, you can't predict it perfectly every time. We came up quicker than we thought. But the general thought process here was very, very accurate, right? You have your value area sitting right here, which was likely, no, I think this was it, right? Looking at your value area, you deviate below the value area, you put in those bull divs on the 2-hour, money flow comes back up, you're looking for a move to test your next key level of resistance, which is, zooming out here, which is, let me see, right here with this golden pocket value area low confluence, and you could have caught a nice little short here. Let me get rid of some of these lines. Whoops, I got rid of the value area. That's not what I wanted. But you come up here, and you could catch it. Like, these levels are saucy, guys. Come up, first attempt, reject perfectly off the value area low for a nice 3.4% scalp. Come back up, test the golden pocket. Nice little 5-6% scalp almost. Back up to the value or golden pocket once again. Look at you tap that golden pocket almost to the dollar. Down another 3.5%. So these levels are strong, right? 3.4%. But basically what you're looking for at this moment, right? You're looking for price to get back above into your value area, flip that value area low to support so you can continue up, attack the POC, and eventually get above it and attack the value area high, which was sitting all the way up here, very close to where price is sitting right now. So these are very old levels. So let me just go ahead and get rid of these drawings and start nice and fresh. Now, I will go ahead and pull that same value area because likely, you can see, likely we are going to probably respect these levels as well. And I'm actually going to pull it from the high potentially. Interesting. So I'm actually just going to take this level right there. So, yeah, you can see right here, just looking at the value areas. You have your value area high, value area low, value area high, value area low, POC. You can see what happened here. You hit your head on the value area low, like we just said, or we were just going over, right? Eventually, you get back up, and you attack that value area high, which is slightly different than the value area high we were looking at before. But then what happens is you finally leave that value area, flip the value area high to support, and now we could potentially continue a little bit higher. So if we do wind up continuing higher, let me go ahead and pull this range, right? Because this is kind of our next area of value. Equal lows, equal highs. I'll actually pull this whole dang level right here, right? So this could be our next Let me see if that does. Yeah, so this could be kind of the next value area that we are entering, right? POC, value area high, value area low. And what is happening here, right? You could look at this now in a completely different way. I'm going to highlight this value area as a white box. You might be thinking to yourself, that's purple. No, it's not. It's white. But what happened here, right? Actually, let me come up to the higher time frames. You didn't get the divs on the higher time frames, which is a little bit, that kind of stinks. But here you are, right? You're playing these local value areas, et cetera, et cetera. But right here, between about 2167 and about 20, I almost said 2000. Between $20.12 and about 2166. This is our next value area, and what is happening right now? And again, I just want to break this down so you guys fully understand these value areas, right? You bing bong, Solana finds a fair value between these two levels, right? And then what happens? When you leave that area of balance, this is kind of where you're looking for a potential return back into that value area. You wind up getting rejected harshly. You come back down. You find new balance. Shout out to the sneakers. And then you are eventually looking for price to potentially, you're out of your value area. This is undervalued. You're looking for price to get sucked back into the fair value, right? And if we zoom out here a little bit more, there we go. Actually, let me go to the 4 hour. If we zoom out here, you can see, right, these value areas, these previous value areas that we're looking at have been respected in the past, right? Like this little range right here, right over here, we were respecting those same levels, right? So let's go back down, back to the lower time frames. What just happened to our value area? There we go. Okay, so now we are coming back in, and we are attempting. Look at this level being respected, guys. We've gotten back above the value area low, right? Flipped it to support, tried to lose it, closed the candles above the level, and now we are potentially getting accepted back into this area. So basically what I would be looking for here is you're getting a green dot on your 1 hour. Let's check the, money flow. This all looks the same as everything else, right? Money flow on the 16 and 12 hour is coming up. Daily red dot could be incoming very soon. However, as long as we're able to hold this value area low, we may be able to get a continued move up to this $20.78 level, because if we get accepted back into this area of balance, you're expecting price to go to the POC and then potentially back up to your value area high at 2171. So that's these are kind of the key levels that I would be looking at. And even if, let me see what happens when we pull our fib from this high all the way to our low here. Yeah, I would look next major level right up here at between about $20.78 and 2102 be the next kind of level that I would be looking at for Solana, right? Look for a move up there. And if it looks like anything like the chart looked like when we clicked on it at first, hopefully we have it price follow our line exactly like it did before. But there you go, right? And then, essentially if we lose this area, right? If we lose this area, simply put, I would be looking back down to this value area, right? Boom. So if we come back down, we lose this value area low, we may get accepted back into this value area, and we may just respect this range once again, right? It's all a game of volume profiles, guys, in my opinion. So there you go. There's Solana. I am stacking Solana, guys. I am buying Solana in hopes that it does come back to life in the bull run. And if you guys have seen my Solana video that we put out for our Sunday Sauce video, you will know that Solana is still building in the bear market, doing big things. They're also the only project that has a phone that nobody uses, and I don't think ever will use. I think it's silly. And now I could be wrong. I hope I'm wrong about this. I could be totally wrong. I'm not a tech expert, right? But I think it's I honestly think it's very silly to try to breach into such a dominated space like the cell phone market, right, or the smartphone market. I don't know why they would try to make a Solana phone happen. I don't think it's ever going to become like one of the top contenders in the mobile phone space. Could be wrong, right? But I think it is just kind of silly. But hey, they are still building in the bear market, and I do think they will come back in some form. All right. So let's see here. Lempi says, pull the Lux Algo indicators. Let's go ahead and take a look at Lux Algo here. Now, here's the thing. You'll notice, let me get rid of these arrows real quick. You can see you do have a really nice confluence on the daily with that 786 that we pulled right from this impulse down to the low, right? That's our fib. That golden pocket, that 786 retracement is coming right into our smart trail, right? Which makes perfect sense, right? Because let me just do this, right? We didn't do this on the spot, right? Let me go back, right? Where were we expecting price to go? Into the 786, POC/786, right? That's where we'd be expecting resistance. Now, does that make sense? Well, if you pull up Lux Algo, your smart trail, which is acting as resistance right now, you can see it's purple, is in perfect confluence with that 786. So if you're looking at Lux Algo, simply put, you would look for a push up into that, potentially into that smart trail, right? Again, coming in at about 2109. In confluence with that 786, right? I'll pull the 786 fresh right here, right? Boom. From this high to the low. Pretty decent confluence there, right? So if we do get up to that POC/786, I would expect a rejection. So if you're looking at Lux Algo, that smart trail is always a great place, for me at least, to start looking for the shorts, right? Because oftentimes, we talked about this yesterday, oftentimes those Lux Algo smart trails, the bullish smart trail and the bearish smart trail are both coming in oftentimes on your golden pocket retracements, right? So let me see if we can this is actually what we actually talked about. So let me come down to a lower time frame, and I'll kind of explain this to you. This is oftentimes when I'm looking to get entries into my trades, what I will look for is MTC asked, when are you coming on her show exactly? Shout out to Dave Digital. I'll come on whenever. We got to have Miss Teen Crypto on our show, which we will set that up very soon. But yeah, I'll go on MTC shows anytime. Randy, anytime you want me, let me know. I'll come on for sure. What I really want to do is just come hang out and chat and party like you are with us right now. But typically when you're on your show, I always see your thumbnails pop up. It's like in the middle of my hectic morning. But we will get in there. Don't you worry. But yeah, Randy, if you just let me know whenever. I'll come on whenever you want. Shout out to Miss Teen Crypto. Go check out her channel, guys. Go check out her channel. She's got an awesome channel. Let's see. He's talking about the morning chat. Okay, that's what I figured. But yeah, Misty, yeah, you will see me. I will pop up in that chat soon. I actually saw your I hopped into your live, I think yesterday. The only problem was I was in the middle of like craziness, and I clicked on your thumbnail and like was in there for like 30 seconds, and I wanted to interact so bad, but I had to go, and I didn't want to get stuck. But we will show up, Randy. Maybe we'll try to do it tomorrow. Well, let's see. Do you guys know if Tezos is still developing? I don't personally know. I could try to look into it for you. But let me show you guys something really, really, really quickly on Lux Algo here, right? Oftentimes, what I like to see, I'm trying to find a scenario where we went from, right here. This is kind of a perfect example, right? Now, obviously, I am taking a bunch more into consideration when I'm looking at this. However, what I like to look for is, again, your oftentimes you get a bullish change of character, right? You have your candles turn from purple to green. This is what I like to look for on Lux Algo, because this is letting me know that we have a change of character from bearish to bullish, right? Those candles turn green. Now I am, safe, not guaranteed safe, but, you're safer to be looking for a long here. And oftentimes, what I look for is a test of the smart trail before that move to the upside. Now, this was kind of an extreme example, so you probably didn't get the beautiful setup that you would want to see. Yeah, because it just kind of ripped and took off like crazy. But oftentimes, what will happen here is, let me see. Try to find a bullish change of character one more time. Yeah, like right here, this is kind of a good example. I'm just going to try to... so bullish change of character right here, right? Bullish change of character, right? You may have been looking for shorts, right? Your smart trail is red or purple in my case, so you may not be looking for longs, right? You could think of the smart trail kind of as a filter. You don't necessarily want to be looking for longs when you're below the smart trail, right? Because it's indicating you're in a bearish trend. But what I like to do is wait for a bullish change of character, where you have right here, which is beautifully labeled on Lux Algo. You don't even have to understand market structure. You can just wait for the label to pop up. But I wish this was. I wish I had this when I was learning how to trade. But bullish change of character. Your candles turn green. Now you could be looking for a long entry, right? And oftentimes what I'll look for a long entry is I will either pull my fib from the low to the high, and oftentimes I'll wait for the golden pocket retracement like we had right here. We front ran it a little bit, but basically a golden pocket retracement. But, you know, let's see, you get the bullish change of character and you don't catch this entry and you wind up coming up even higher. And you come up here and you start to reverse. What I would do is I pull my fib from the low to the high, right? And now I know, let me go into bar replay mode real quick. I'll just run through this live with you guys real quick. Here we go, right? So you're watching price. Wait for everything to load. There we go, right? So we're in a bearish trend. We're below the smart trail. I'm not necessarily looking for a long, right? I would actually look, at this point, I would be expecting price to potentially come up, test that smart trail, wherever it was, and then look for a short position, right? Because we're bearish. But let's see. Price moves forward. Boom. Change of character, right? So confirm change of character. Now I'm thinking to myself, well, hey, now I could potentially look for a long. Where can I look for a long? I could look for the golden pocket retest, right? And again, this was a little wonky because I don't think we got the first test. Let's play it out, right? Bada boom. Now, okay, so you never got that retest, right? Wait, let me bring it back. Let me bring it back. We're getting ahead of ourselves here, right? Come on, there we go, right? So you tested this in a bearish manner, right? You tested the smart trail in a bearish manner. However, your candles are green, right? Because you have that bullish change of character. So what you would be looking for here is the rejection on the smart trail would simply be to come down and put in a higher low and continue to the upside. So what I would do is I would pull my fib from the low all the way up to this high, right? And now if I have confluence with the smart trail and the golden pocket, which we don't have right now, but if we do get it, that is going to be kind of a no-brainer long entry for me. Let's see what happens, right? Obviously, we know what happens because there you go. Smart trail flips. It's in pretty close confluence with your golden pocket. Now I'm looking at this entire zone from the golden pocket to the 786 as well as into the smart trail for a potential long entry, right? So wait for price to come down. Boom, right? Right here, you test that smart trail. Once you test that smart trail, price light, especially when you get a bullish change of character, a pump, and then a retracement into the smart trail, oftentimes that is where you start getting the break of structures and the pushes to the upside. And let's see. From the smart trail to the high, small move, but about 5%. Beautifully scalpable move. And then in the same way, you could barely see it here. Let me change the color of this real quick. Let me just change this to like hot pink so we can see it a little better. Okay, I changed the wrong setting. But you can see here, we have a a bearish change of character right here. Your candles turn purple. Now what I would be waiting for is I would be waiting for a potential test of the smart trail, wherever that smart trail winds up coming. If we get a potential test of that, I may be looking for a short position, right? So oftentimes when you get the change of character, bullish or bearish, oftentimes when you go into that smart trail, that's where you see a rejection. And look what happened. It was a beautiful move, right? Let's go back. Let's actually go back a little bit more, right? So you come in. Now I have my custom colors. It's a little harder to see on my smart trail. Come on. Right? If I pull up the smart trail, go to style, where is it? Smart trail. Let me just enhance this a little bit so you guys can see it better. That was the line. Where'd it go? Smart trail. There we go. No. Smart trail. Where's the background? Oh, there we go. Smart trail area. Okay, boom. Right there, right? So what happens? Price comes up. Boom. You tap that smart trail, and now this is where I would be looking for a potential short position. And it makes it even saucier when you can get a golden pocket confluence, right? Now, the golden pocket is within the smart trail, but you might not push all the way up into the smart trail. But this was, especially when you have the confluence between the golden pocket and the smart trail, it makes it a little bit saucier of a trade, but you don't need to hit the golden pocket. This can actually help you when you front run the golden pocket, right? And I think that is what happened here, right? Yeah, you front run the golden pocket slightly, and you wind up getting that saucy little dump right there of about 2.69%. Totally a scalpable move. And I'll just run through one more example so you guys can kind of understand it a little better. We'll just wait for oh no, I'm not gonna break the computer again. But you could wait for a bullish change of character. I'm not gonna use bar replay mode. I don't know what's going on with this computer right now. But That is nothing quite like a Lux Algo tutorial midstream. Hashtag sauce, hashtag value. Shout out to Darren Does Things. Absolutely, bro. This is like, I mean, this is what I like to do, right? But, yeah, completely wonked out. I'm going to come off bar replay mode real quick. Hopefully we didn't break trading view completely. I guess we did, guys. Show's over. Trading view's broken. There you go. So I'm not going to use bar replay mode anymore just because, yeah, this is completely broken. Okay. I just want to show one more example. Let's go to the 15-minute because those weren't the best examples, but I just want to show you guys because it's very simple. It's a pretty simple strategy. And like kind of right, even right here, right? Bullish change of character. It kind of wonked out because you got kind of go red and then you go blue and then you go red again. But here you go. Bullish change of character. You're expecting a move down potentially, but because your candles are blue, you are looking for a test of the smart trail. And if you didn't get wonked out here, smart trail is kind of just creeping up here. You come down, tap the smart trail, boom, move to the upside, right? Price cools off, retest right into the smart trail, boom, back to the upside. And then right here, we have another example of a bearish example. Right here, what would you be looking for, right? Where is... So price, smart trail flips, right? You can't see it. You had your bearish change of character right here. It's very hard to see. But you had your bearish change of character right here. And your candles turn purple, right? But now you're waiting for the retest into a golden pocket or potentially into the smart trail. So where would I be pulling? I mean, you could pull your fib from, right? So you get the move down, right? Bing, bong, bing, bong, bing, right? Now you're looking for a retracement either of the full Fibonacci retracement, right, which would be sitting right up here, or the local one, which I would argue you could pull to here, which both of them are somewhat confluent. The bigger one is kind of up here. The more local one has your 786 cruising right through the smart trail, so I would probably go for that one. Should we do it? Should we try to go bar replay? Let's do it. Okay, hopefully we don't get choked out here. So what do we got? We're waiting for the bearish change of character. Boom, bearish change of character. Now we're waiting for a retracement to the upside for a bearish retest. And simply put, I mean, I look at all the, well, let's just make sure that move down is done. Wait for the move down. You want to wait for the bounce, right? So you want to wait for a swing. There you go. Now you're getting a, well, somewhat of a swing. But I would be pulling, right, like just in the moment, I'm like looking at where the golden pocket retracements may likely wind up being, right? So I'd pull from the high to the low. I would pull from this high to this low. And now these are the two retracement zones that you guys see me do this all the time, right? So I would be looking for a rejection here. I would also be looking for a rejection here, unless we have to adjust the fibs. We'll see. Move price forward. That's kind of the same thing. So now we are seeing that we have the smart trail in confluence with our rejection zone here between the 786 and golden pocket. Boom. Now we're in there testing it. You can now go down to a lower time frame and see if you could find an entry signal, right? I'm not going to go into the entry signals, but you can see smart trail, golden pocket 786 retracement. The point is that these smart trails come in confluence with these levels very often, making it a high likelihood of reversal. So that would kind of be where you would want to be looking for a reversal to the downside. And then, boom, you get the move back down. And I think this was actually a significant move. There you go. Yeah, wow, okay. It's not always going to play out that beautifully, but, you know, even if you catch this small move down, it's a nice little move, right? And you can find these all over the place. If you have Lux Algo, I highly recommend going look at my OP Lux Algo settings video, change your settings to what I have, and then go back and backtest this, right? Like even here, bullish change of character, retest, move to the upside. Retest, move to the upside. Bearish change of character, right? Like even right here, you get a I mean, just simply put, you don't even have to look at the fibs, right? Bearish change of character right here. Candles turn purple. Now you're just waiting to test the smart trail before entering a short and coming to the downside. Now, you want to use this with other forms of TA. You don't just want to blindly trade this. But, you know, just if you just back test that, like just go down to a random part of the random point in the market here. I'll try to find where we're not just completely dumping or whatever. So here you go. Let's see. Let's see for a bullish change of character. That one's kind of wonked. Right here. That one's kind of wonked as well. It won't play out or it won't set you up perfectly every single time. But oftentimes you will see this play out more often than not. Let's see. So you had a bullish change of character here, but it would be invalidated, right? Because you're not really looking for a long until your smart trail turns blue and comes from the underside, right? So you have bullish change of character, candles turn green, but you're not going to be looking for a long into resistance, right? So that's an invalid, that would be part of your rules, right? You only take longs when your smart trail is in a bullish trend, right? But there you go. And that's just one of the many ways that I use market cipher. It's only one. That's one of the many ways that I use Lux Algo. Lux Algo has so many features that it's impossible to have them all on the screen at one time. But yeah, so once you get that change of character and your candles are blue, wait for a retest, or sometimes you front run it. But like even here, bullish change of character, you wiggle sideways, and right here you're thinking, oh, I missed the move. No, wait for the retest, getting closer to your smart trail, and then that's where you want to look for the long, right? And then you get to move up. I could back test this all day. I'm a nerd, guys. But there you go. I don't want to beat a dead horse here, but there you go. If you guys want to sign up for Lux Algo, you can save 30% with our link in the description down below. I have a bunch of different videos on how I use Lux Algo. But yeah, shout out to Lempi. Thank you for bringing that up. All right, let's see. 100x DGen longs into resistance. Let's go. Shout out to Darren Does Things. But guys, I think that was, Solana was our last coin. So I think that is all the time we got for tonight's live stream. Let's go ahead and pull up the Wheel of Pain and Pleasure and spin this dang thing and see if we can get some giveaways. Let's see. Did we get anywhere near 550 likes? 313 likes. Unbelievable. Shout out to Creighton C. Our like police. I know it is a hard job being the like police. So my heart is with you, my friend. My heart is with you. But let's see. Crypto Crabman said stop abusing animals. But let's go ahead and see what we got going on here. Let's get that first spin on the Wheel of Pain and Pleasure. See if we got 3 spins today. Smash that like button if you have not already and you found some kind of value in this stream. I would greatly appreciate it. It is the most free way that you could support the channel and push this information out to more people, and so we can grow the CandleMafia into an unstoppable force, even more unstoppable than it already is. Let's see. Please tell me we have a Cuban to translate for my new temporary therapist for my ASD Don. Son, shout out to Jessica. I avoid makeup. It's horrible for your skin. Oh, dang. Shout out to Miss Teen Crypto. Let's see. Awesome stream. Thanks, Frankie. Shout out to Cryptic Sniper. I appreciate you, bro. Thank you so much for being here. Let's see. Hodl Crypto. Smash that like button. Let's go. All right. There we go. That is shout out to the Gap. Let's see. All right. We'll spin it one more time. We got 2 giveaways. Shout out to, oh, God, this is going to be a hard one for me. Mihai, shout out to you. Hopefully I said that right. Said awesome stream, Frankie. Thank you so much, bro. I appreciate you so much for being here. Chemistry Bro said, I avoid makeup too. Never worn any. Yeah, me too. Me too. I do actually, I will say this. This is funny. People tell me that oftentimes people will ask me, usually girls, like when they get close enough to my face, Mrs. Candles, girls don't get too close to my face. I'm talking about, oh, God. Mrs. Candles, are you in chat right now? Shout out to Mrs. Candles. But typically girls will get, like, if they get close enough to see my eyes very closely, they always ask me if I'm wearing, I don't know what it is, whatever makes your eyelashes, these things go out a lot. Or, like, look like they're long. I have really long eyelashes. So they always think that I'm wearing the makeup that makes my eyelashes look long. They're like, are you wearing... Is it mascara or eyeliner? No, it's not eyeliner, right? I don't know. Randy, let me know. I think it's mascara. And they always ask me, are you wearing mascara? And I'm like, what? Why would I be wearing mascara? And they're like, I don't know. Your eyelashes are super long. I'm like, I'm definitely not wearing makeup. And then they always say that they're jealous of my eyelashes. And I'm like, cool, you can have them. I could care less if I had eyelashes in general. But anyway, guys, with all that being said, mods, we've got 2 giveaways. I'm not going to lie. Smash that like button. We need the likes. We love the likes. But Tony D said mascara. I knew it. Mascara. Lol. Yeah, okay. Yeah, it is mascara, I guess. But yeah, it's too funny. Guys have great eyelashes. Yeah, I just, all the time, like, all my girlfriends in my life have always been, I'm so jealous of your eyelashes. And I'm like, cool, take them. I don't care. I don't want them. I knew you wore makeup. Shout out to Tony D. Yeah, we'll tell that story Tony D before we were actually close friends, we grew up in the same town. We went to school together, and he thought that I wore makeup too. So apparently it wasn't just apparently, guys, my eyelashes are on fleek, low key. Because this man's was I don't know. Tony D was seeing me in the hallway at school thinking I had makeup on, which is interesting. But anyway, I mean, I was a little goth. I'm just kidding, guys. I wasn't. But anyway, guys, we got mods. We got 3. I was gonna say, these likes. The likes are killing me lately. But I will say it is not bad for my wallet because we've given away a lot recently. But we got 2 giveaways added to the list, mods. And with all that being said, guys, that's all the time I got for tonight's live stream. I appreciate every single one of you guys for sticking around till the end of the stream. You guys are the absolute best community on YouTube. I am forever indebted to you and forever grateful for you. I will never take you guys for granted. And I will every single day, unless I'm sick or unless Tony D makes me not stream because he knows I'm sick and I'm denying it. Sometimes I show up, I meet up with Tony D and I'm clearly sweating and I have a fever and I'm green and pale. And he'll be like, "You feel good?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I'm great, bro. We got to make the thumbnail." Just be like, "You don't look good, bro." And I'm like, no, it's good. It's good. But guys, I love each and every single one of you guys. Thank you so much for hanging out with us. And I will see you guys tomorrow. Same place, same time, 5:45 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, right after ATB. Shout out to my boy Deezy. That's all I got. Frankie Candles out. Bing bong. Talking about. Yes, I've had other girlfriends in my life. It was a long time ago, though. I'm not talking about today. This is in the past. No, random girls don't just touch my eyelashes, Jess. It's a joke. It was a joke. It wasn't even true. It was just a bit for the show. It was just a joke. Come on. Hello? Okay. Well. Are we live? Hey, what's up, Mafia? Are you guys still here? Let's see. Anybody still watching? Yeah, guys, that was not Mrs. Candles being mad at me because girls look at my eyelashes. Pray for me, guys. Pray for me. Dave Digital, I'm going to let you in the back door right now. We're going to need some executive protection tonight. Anyway, guys, that's all the time I got for today's stream. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Same place, same time, 5:45 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, right after ATB. Shout out to my boy Deezy. That's all I got. Frank Candles out. Bing bong.